Hello, I'm Sally Gunn, and today's book is called Hello, Lighthouse by Sophie Blackall. She also did all the beautiful illustrations in this book. I live in Ohio, close to Lake Erie, and could you believe there are 20 lighthouses on the shores of Lake Erie? I have never seen one of them, so I have to get out there and do that. Lighthouses have been important for thousands of years to keep the people who are in boats safer so that they don't run into the land when they do not intend that. In the beginning, a person had to live in a lighthouse to keep the flame going in order that that flame would reflect off a huge glass lens and send its light out to sea. Today, lighthouses are automated, so a person no longer has to live there. This is a story beginning when somebody did live there, and it tells you how it was to live there. Hello, Lighthouse by Sophie Blackall. On the highest rock of a tiny island at the edge of the world stands a lighthouse. Here it is. Sending its light out to sea and guiding the ships on their way. From dusk to dawn, the lighthouse beams. Hello, 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 lighthouse. This is a cutaway of a lighthouse. If you could slice a lighthouse in half this way, this is what it might have looked like. The new keeper arrives to replace the old, to carry on tending the light. He polishes the lens and refills the oil and trims the burned end of the wick, all of that up here. Throughout the night, he winds the clockwork that keeps the lamp in motion. During the day, he gives the round rooms a fresh coat of sea green paint. He writes in the logbook and threads his needle and listens to the gathering wind. The logbook is very important. It's the official record of everything that happens in this important place. The wind takes a deep breath and blows and blows. Hello, hello, hello. The keeper boils water and drinks his tea as he fishes for cod from the window. He sets the table and hums a tune and wishes for someone to talk to. Every few days, he writes her a letter and throws it into the waves. He tends the light and writes in the logbook and waits for her reply. What a storm. The sky grows dark and the waves rise and crash. Hello, hello, hello. The keeper looks through his telescope. The tender arrives, bringing oil and flour and pork and beans. The tender is the boat that brings people to and from this place and brings them supplies. And not only did it bring him oil and flour and pork and beans, but it also brought his wife. He shows her around the round rooms of their house. He tends the light and writes in the logbook and sets the table for two. The fog makes everything disappear. A bell must be rung to warn the ships. Clang, clang, clang. One thick night, disaster strikes. A boat is wrecked on the rocks. Not a moment to lose. The keeper rows out. He pulls 3 sailors from the deep Black Sea. He tends the light and writes in the logbook and wraps the sailors in blankets. This must be winter. The sea turns into a carpet of ice. Hello, hello, hello. Look at the seals sliding around on the ice. One dawn, the keeper begins to sneeze. By dusk, he is terribly ill. His wife is everywhere all at once, running up and down the spiral stairs. She tends the light and feeds him broth and chips ice off the lantern room windows. She sits by his side and writes in the logbook the minute his fever breaks. Ah, beautiful day. The icebergs pass by on their journey south. The whales pass by on their journey north. Hello, hello, hello. Inside the lighthouse, the woman walks around and around the room. Her husband boils water and helps her breathe in and out. He tends the light and writes in the logbook, "Oh, look at this. She's going to have a baby." And notes the birth of their child. The sky erupts in swirls of green. The northern lights. Hello, hello, hello. The tender arrives bringing oil and flour and pork and beans, and the mail. Along with fresh books and news from the land, there's an unexpected letter with the Coast Guard's seal. The keeper winds the clockwork and polishes the lens just as he's always done. He tends the light and writes in the logbook, but knows that it's not for long. Something important must be in that letter that he got from the Coast Guard. Together, they watch the horizon. The Coast Guard arrives with a brand new light and installs the machine to run it. Now there won't be any one person necessary to make that happen. Now a machine will do it. No lamp to fill, no wick to trim. The keeper's work is done. He climbs to the top of the spiral stairs and closes the logbook for good. They pack their belongings into the boat and wave farewell to the gulls. There they go. Beyond the breakers, they all look up. Goodbye, Lighthouse. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. On the highest rock of a tiny island at the edge of the world stands a lighthouse. It is built to last forever, sending its light out to sea. The fog rolls in and the fog rolls out. The waves rise and crash. The wind blows and blows. Hello, hello, hello. Over the waves, across the bay, a light on the land beams back. Look at it over here. That's where the keeper must be living. Hello, 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 Lighthouse. And there they are, in their own house on land, but looking back at the lighthouse. I hope you liked this story. It taught me a lot.